with Klatch Coffee, and my position is Director of Training and Retail. Klatch has been in business for 20 years. We are 20 years old this month, which is very exciting.
So Klatch kind of started out of necessity. 20-some years ago, I used to be in construction. Well, at the time, coffee houses were just sprouting up. And we really loved the idea of going out, and our date night, because we had young kids, was we would go once a week for a cappuccino and a cheesecake or something. And we really loved the coffee house environment. We really felt, well, why don't we open a coffee house? We could kind of create something wonderful. My wife remembered as a little girl, her grandmother and the ladies getting together and having their coffee and kind of gossiping. It was called Coffee Klatch. It was coffee and conversation. And that was our vision and dream we started out, but to do it with great coffee. My youngest daughter, Holly, was always the one that said, I'm tired of you guys always talking coffee. You know, why do you always have to do that? And then as she went to college and got a job in a coffee house, she found a love for coffee and came into the business.
Now I'm heavily involved in the business. What I focus on is that same exact thing that they wanted 20 years ago, is making sure that when people come into our store, not only do they get great coffee, you know, high quality coffee that's going to be different from anywhere else out there, but they're going to get an experience and they're going to feel welcome. One thing that's really neat that I got to be a part of recently is helping open Klatch Korea. So I've been out there twice and also got to work with that location and kind of train some of their staff. Mike goes out and he builds the relationships with the farmers who we buy our coffee from. And there's a lot of things, you know, in regard to that, how we do business, our direct trade business model, that our customers don't always know about.
Coffee is really about an experience and a story. And it's a story that kind of starts at the farm level with the bean. And that's why we travel so often with our direct trade model of finding the best coffee we can, of visiting farmers, of seeing what they do environmentally, socially, economically, but built on a quality cup of coffee. We roast it to our peak of flavor roast style and really taste and cup to us just perfect. And then we release it to our customers. But at that point, it brings in the barista. And it's the barista who puts together what we've done, what we've developed from the seed right up through to roasting to now where they prepare it. They put together and do awesome extraction, awesome pour over. They develop and roast it. They create that bean to the best flavor we can have.
You know, for my dad and I, we have a great relationship in the way that we've continued to build the business together. Without his influence, I would have probably never been as involved in the competitions. I would have never had the success. He really pushes you and drives you to constantly just work hard and do your best.
Heather was always the one that fell in love with coffee first. She loved coffee and took on the competition side and kind of carried us there. I remember her first competition, dressed in a cowboy hat and lighting the s'mores and having the judges freak out not knowing what to do.
It is something that I am mocked for to this day. It is, I think I didn't finish dead last, but I had to be near the bottom. It just was not a great experience. Winning that competition brought me to Tokyo, where I got to compete and represent the US and the world, where I took second. And wrongfully so. I should have had first, but that's another issue. But those are my true feelings.
Going to Japan for the World Championships and winning her second U.S. title and her scream out my name, it was such a joyful time and bonding together.
It's all really come together to make me who I am today as a barista and a competitor, and it's put me in a great spot where I have the ability to work with competitors from all over the world and travel and train them and lend my experience to them.
The awards and honors, gosh, two-time U.S. Barista Champion, Roaster of the Year, all the 90-point scores, you know, those are nice and great. But the greatest satisfaction I ever get is cupping the coffees every day on a daily basis. It's just so exciting, and it's just great to be part of it. And it's great as a family business, as my wife and I started, that today our daughters are involved and growing in the business with us.
I love this business. I love the coffee we serve. I love being a part of what my family has built, you know, 20 years to make this business and what it is.
After 20 years, we as a brand really know who we are, and we look forward to the next 20 years and what they have to bring.
So whereas we started years ago and we had Coffee Klatch, where coffee was a conversation, we've grown where today now we're Klatch Coffee, where coffee is a conversation, because people are talking about that coffee, talking about that bean, and sharing that experience that they develop through tasting that coffee.
it's something that I truly am blessed to be a part of. You know, in 20 years, we couldn't be anywhere without our customers and our staff who continue to be there and support us and come back. We just thank you for being a part of that, and it's something that we're blessed and grateful to have you a part of our family and continue to support us and come hang out at our locations in our shop.